Let's see if anybody's here even. Oh, she says, give me love. Looks like we're live. Hello, everyone.
Hello.
How are y'all doing? How are we feeling about the last live show? Look at her. Does her ear feel better?
Yeah. Now she came down with kennel cough. So now she's on 3 medications twice a day for the next week.
Sounds like you have a diva on your hands.
I do. And she doesn't like to eat. So I'm literally going like, here's this treat. Here's a treat for you. 20 treats.
Meanwhile, like, nope. My dog just like put food down and he's there.
Nope. Mine's just like, put food down. I'll sniff it. And then I'll either tell you I'm going to eat it or I'll reject it.
Oh. That's so little dogs, though, unfortunately, I feel like.
Yeah.
So we'll give it a second for people to get here. I'm going to tweet it. No, I'm going to put it on Instagram.
Let me retweet you.
Yeah.
Because I forgot to do that.
You're fine. It's a Friday, y'all. It's a Friday that feels like it has taken an eternity to get here.
Yes. And we have news.
Yes, we do. I'm very excited.
That we'll announce at the end.
Yes.
So,
yes, it's going to be a fun time. So how do you feel now, having read all of, like, being caught up on this series? Because like I feel like it's a daunting series to like tackle.
Yeah, I would say I'm not eagerly waiting for Monroe after reading.
Mm-hmm.
After reading Wicked Abyss, I'm kind of like, okay, like I'm fine with you taking a break because the last few books have been so much happens in those books. I'm like, okay, you gave me a tease of what's going to happen. So I'm like, okay, I can like take your time with Monroe because I feel like that book is going to be gigantic.
Yeah, I agree. I am concerned for how big Monroe is.
But how about for you? How does it feel like rereading it?
I love this world so much. And I know like some of our friends' critique is like there's not enough world building, but I like how slow it builds the world and that we focus on the couples versus like the fact that like it's not all plot. Like, does that make sense? Like I feel like you get a nice balance. And I like how like it's like an onion, like, right? It's slowly like these layers peeling off, which I really appreciate.
But I can definitely see people who don't like the world building because I feel like Cressley only drops you information until you actually need it.
Agreed.
And she doesn't like there's like basic general rules for like each of the breeds and how they mate, and that never changes. So like you have like some sense of rules, but in terms of like creatures or the book of lore, it's kind of just like so each of the books feels like you're in like a pocket of the universe. You have to kind of string it together yourself.
Kind of getting like another little bit. And I like that we're that even though we're only getting like little pieces, that like even as we met Rune's guy, the people on the ship, the
Moriers,
whatever, them. Like that was a big reveal, right? I liked that. Like I felt like, you know, at the later books we start getting bigger and bigger reveals on stuff going on. And like now we're kind of seeing the two different sides. So we have Team Veritas, which is like Nyx and everyone, and then we have Team like
Orion, is that what that's called?
Yeah, Orion and his people, which is a different team of people, like they're on a different side of the Ascension. So I do like that fact. Like we're definitely getting like, you know what I mean? Like we're getting some interesting bits dropped, which makes me want Monroe because I want to know more. But also like I just want to get closer to other people's books to an extent as well. Like I really want to see you know, who else is going to get a book before the end.
Know Thaddy, and there's a sorceress that's in hell that she says like I would never go for you. I can't remember her name. But like, she has a potential to have a book.
I do think Thad needs a book. Nyx will have to get a book.
I feel like it's gonna be Nyx and Orion. Hi, Tamika.
It has to be. It has to be.
I was like hoping for
love
like a menage with Orion, Daddy, and Nyx.
that would be great. I
That's what I was hoping
also
for.
think it would be hilarious. Like, I just love how she was like, "Hey, I want to be a goddess." They're like, "Go away."
Yeah. But I love in these books how like characters call Nyx to be like that bitch. Especially in Wicked Ruin. That
Yeah.
heroine had me laughing. What's her
Joe.
fit foe?
Mm-hmm.
Like fit foe figured the fuck out.
Yes.
And then she's like, Nyx, that bitch.
Always. Joe is. I mean, we'll talk about Sweet Ruin in a second. Meg, you're brave. I can't jump around that much in this series. I feel like there's like 4 starting points.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe 3. These last 3 you could read on their own, I feel like.
Yeah.
So let's talk
know
about
who Nyx is. Should we start with Shadow Seduction?
Do you want to start with Shadow Seduction? Because it doesn't really tie in with the other 2.
Oh yeah, we can do that. Oh man, that should have been almost grouped in with Trahan's book.
Yeah, it should have. But it's not. So yeah, we'll do that first because Sweet Ruin and Wicked Abyss really tie together in a way that I think is relevant. So what did you think of Shadow Seduction? This is my first time reading it. I've never read this one before. This is the one book I've been told you can skip. It's fine to skip.
I can see that because it's like it's connecting through like another novel. So if you read that novel, you wouldn't miss anything. And if you didn't care about that character, which I don't think a lot of readers will, you can easily just skip it, and it's not an audio too. But I liked it. I get like this gay for you trope didn't annoy me too much because it's paranormal, so I can forgive it. I'm like, okay, they're fated mates. I'm more lenient with paranormal.
Yeah, I can see that. I definitely find it more like less bothersome in paranormal because of the fated mates factor. I liked them as characters a lot too. Like I really enjoyed Caspian and Mercio. I finished these like a week ago, so now I'm like, wait, what were their names? I enjoyed their progression of it, but I got annoyed because I was like, just communicate, just talk to each other, for Christ's sake, just talk, just have a conversation for 5 seconds, and this wouldn't be an issue. But instead, they're like, no, he hates me, I'm gonna leave, and he leaves again. I'm like, dude.
Okay, have you never read a Cressley? That's like her MO. They know they're mates, but then you spend like 50% of the novel of them just going like, oh, I don't want you. But
the way that they did it in this one, it just was annoying in a different way, I think. I don't know why. Maybe it's because like Caspian was just like so unsure since he was he thought he was straight and he's not. And like that's fine. But it's just weird. Like, I don't know. I did like, okay, so this one I loved the smut in it. I thought it was great. That was really well done. As always, though, Cressley is killer at smut.
Yep. Never disappoints.
No, like, yet to leave a book disappointed. So there's that. And I just, the plot in this, just like, besides the end, didn't matter. Like, at all. Like, it was just Caspian being mopey because he got humiliated. And Mercio's just like, but I love you the whole time.
I did think the beginning, like the whole time jump aspect to it, that didn't work quite as well for me.
Yeah.
Because like he's weird. Like, okay, come and meet my sister, but then it was a weird setup to the story. You really had to have read Trahan's book.
Yeah, you had to read Shadow's
to understand anything that happened in this book.
Agreed. I still agree. You can skip it if that's not your favorite trope. Just you can skip on through. All you have to know is that she gets kidnapped. Casimina at the end gets kidnapped, and I guess we're gonna get her book. Who has her?
I don't remember
who has her.
I don't remember.
We're such great. We're like, we have no idea who has her. It's fine.
Well, because this is the book I forgot the least. Because like I feel like her full length books are so much better. It's like I wish she just made this a full on. like full-length novel.
I do respect the fact that she said no, fuck you to publishing and self-published this because they didn't want to publish it. They were like, it's not going to sell. And I'm just like, they're insane. It's not going to sell. It's Cressley. Who's not like, what?
But I heard like that's a thing with like the bigger publishing series, like Gina Showalter, the big long series. They tend to not want an MM or even an FF in those series.
Well, I heard that Nalani Singh's new one it's MM, and people were having like a riot.
Really?
About that in Facebook groups and stuff. They were pissed about it. Because, that's a whole other conversation.
Like, I kind of wish, like what I want is a paranormal that, or any romance series that switches. You never know what type of couple you're going to get in each of the books. Like, this one may be FF, this one may be MM, this one may be MF. Because I'm like, at least I'm getting like some different variety instead of the same.
I agree with you. I'm the same way. I get bored with the same old pairings. So I would be happy to. I just appreciate her being like, no, fuck you. Because that's about how I imagine the conversation went. She said, no, fuck you. I'm Cressley Cole. I'm doing this.
Yeah, she can. She can easily go indie, which her publisher would hate.
Oh my! And some of the Game Maker series is indie.
Oh yeah,
she published some of those under her Valkyrie Press, which is her publishing name. So, she could kill us. I mean, she could kill everybody if she actually like pumped out books faster. But it's fine. Yeah. I'll survive. I will survive eventually with less Cressley.
Just read her YA series. You have. I'm going back and already like collecting other books from her like historicals.
I read the first 2 in that series, and then I haven't continued it. I didn't dislike it. It's interesting. It's very Cressley, just YA'd down. So you're not like... It's still pretty sexy for YA, I think. Like, there's still that, the older YA
It's
tension.
It's like upper YA.
Yeah. What was your rating on Shadow Seduction?
I gave it a 4 out of 5.
Okay. I think I gave it a 3.5 out of 5. Might have been a 4.
That's fair.
It's one of those ones where I was like, yeah, this is not, I don't know. It's just a weird one.
It's not bad. It's
not terrible in any way. It's Cressley. Like,
it's definitely not my least favorite.
It's not one I will reread. I have definitely walked out of this reread knowing the ones I will reread. Now that I've read through it twice, like I feel like I have a solid ground of like these are like the 5 I would reread. So
I agree.
Any other points on Shadow Seduction?
No, it's really hard. There's nothing really big to discuss.
I know. Well, that's because the next 2 are the better books in this group of 3. Let's be honest. They're the standouts.
Sweet Ruin.
Oh my gosh. Rude and Joe.
My dumb self, I forgot. I had both books downloaded as audio, and I forgot which one came first.
So you read Wicked Abyss first?
and then I had halfway through once Ruin was mentioned, I was like, wait, isn't he a Sweet Ruin?
Hey, Tracy. Oh my gosh.
Isn't this couple already together? So I'm like, wait, I totally messed up.
Oh my gosh. That's funny. You can read these 2 as standalones though. Like if you were like, I don't know if I want to read Immortals After Dark, I feel like these 2 are great starting points. If you're curious. This is one of my favorites.
Sweet Ruin was steamy. It was probably the steamiest.
Steamy. I love that Rune is like, yeah, no, I'm gonna go hook up with these girls over here, and she's like, okay, like
whatever,
whatever. I don't give a fuck. And I'm just like, I love you, Joe, because she just like does not care. And then the reveals. Oh my gosh, the reveals in this.
Just the whole, even her beginning, like how she died. I was like, what the heck is happening right now?
This one I feel like it throws you in and you're like, okay. okay, he's poisoned everyone but her. Wait, she has a baby? And then you find out the baby's name is Thad, and you're like, wait, what? That one? And then you like come full circle and you're like, holy shit, we're looping all the way back to freaking Declan's book.
Mm-hmm.
Isn't that where that's where we first meet Thad. Mm-hmm. So you're like, the fuck is going on? We're on like book 15 and you're talking about this dude from book 11?
Mm-hmm.
I think, yeah. God, I love it. I love Jo when she's like, well, I'm gonna leave him with this lady at the library and like go do my thing and be a vigilante. She's like fucking Batman. She's just like out here killing people for being shitty. Like,
yep. And I just love the Nick's hate in this book from Ruin. He's like, I'm gonna kill that bitch, and then Jo's like, you are not gonna kill my daddy. She's just like,
she's just like, don't touch. And then she realizes he means Nick's, and she's like, oh, okay, I don't care. Just don't touch
whatever.
That.
And then he's like, Nick's, who is this? Who is this woman trying to get with my brother? Like, and he's like, okay, Ruin, I'll team up with you to take Nick's out. It's just okay.
And I just love that, like, and she's like, what is wrong with me? And then she bites him, and you're just like, oh my god, this is not good. But then you're like, wait a minute, it is good because Jo is literally 5 out of 5 all-time faves. I don't know. I love Sweet Ruin so much. This is the book that like I recommend people try if they're like curious and they're open to like 2 very strong-headed characters.
They're very alphas. They're both alphas.
Both of them are take no shit. Mm-hmm. And just like whatever. I do love Jo and DeChaser in this book though. Mm-hmm. Especially when she's like, I'm gonna touch your horns, and Ruin is like, no, the fuck you're not. Like, he's just so pissed about it, and she's just like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I just want to show you so fuck.
What do you think about the Ruin's torture scene where he like said, if I win, what was it? If I win, I'll give you answers or something. But it was like, and he's just like, God damn it. I was like, what an interesting torture someone by bringing them to the edge of climax and then going like, nope.
And he's just so sure, like, he doesn't do monogamy. That is not his thing. Mm-hmm. He, like, I think I said in the Discord, I was like, I feel like they're 2 sides of the same coin, Ruin and Jo, mm-hmm. and I think that's why they make such a fun match. Like, they're both so strong-headed and sure of, like, their opinion and their feeling on something is it. Like, that is the only, like, option. And then they both have to be like, oh, shit, I was wrong constantly. Constantly.
Yeah, I love this one. This one was one. It's not my favorite, but it was really up there.
Oh,
it's really up there. I'm still tied to Kiss of a Demon King.
I mean,
because it's Sabine.
I know.
I was like,
I know.
That's a hard one, but like this one was like. These 2 books, like, oh, the heroines, I just adore them so freaking much.
I know. And that's the thing. I love all of Kresley's heroines. It's so hard to pick favorites. Even in my bottom 3, like, least favorites, I still usually like at least one of the characters a whole fucking bunch. Yes. And she's just like, okay, thank you.
Yeah.
I love her, like, spying on him, like, boning the nymphs, right? Like, I just, like, in a non-paranormal book, you'd be like, this is fucking weird. But in paranormal, you're like, let's do 4 years. Tell me more about this. And he's just like so sure of himself. He's like, it's fine. I'm great in bed.
She's just like, she says like no filter, no fear. And she just like messes with like this dude who can like probably kill her in like 2 seconds.
Who's like ginormous. And she's not.
Like, she's like, oh yeah, I can do all these tricks that you've never seen. I was like, how does Kresley manage to introduce like a new take on a creature? I was like, when I first was reading, I was like, what the hell is she? Is she a ghost? But then she bites people? Is she a vampire? I was like, what? I was like, what the hell is this?
And then we get another bloody blowjob because Kresley had to deliver on our next female vampire because this is only our 2nd female vampire in the series.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
After the first book. So I was pleased that she said, let me do this again. Let me give the bloody blowjob again. because we all need that in our lives.
Yep, everyone needs to read that.
What did you think of the reveal about them being like from like the weird the ending reveal about like the weird time travel with her and Thad? What did you think of that? Isn't that weird? It was weird, right? Okay.
That was really weird.
It felt like so out of place, but I was like, this has to tie into like more stuff later. Did you like? And then obviously like getting to see Orion and the people on the ship thing. I have no idea what that thing looks like. Like, is it just a planet that travels through space and time? Is it a ship? No clue. Showing up.
All I want is more about the ascension. I need Krusty's gonna have to kill off characters, our favorite couples, because it does not make sense.
She can't.
That's the one thing that's like baffling me.
Maybe that's why she stopped writing. She's like, I can't kill him off. I can't. I love him too much.
I was like, this is like the Hunger Games of the paranormal world.
He's gonna be like, she shall not be named. That every year has to like apologize for who she kills in the Ascension, because we're all gonna be pissed.
Well, you have to like imagine that, because I was like, if it's supposed to be an all-out war, she can't just kill all random side characters and no one cares about. Like, someone has to. What
if they just like all the books span enough time and they've turned everyone to Team Veritas, so there is no Ascension?
Maybe that could be like the Nixon Orion. That could be their matehood.
Ends the Ascension.
Ends the Ascension. But I'm like, that's a cop out. That's a cop out. I want some death.
Okay, so then what's her face in McGreeve's book? Her dad and his group die.
No, I think I need Reagan and that couple. I need them to die.
Wow. Okay, who else do you want on the death list?
Let's see. We need to get Sabine angry, so Ianthe has to die.
My God, you're going for like.
I'm just like, any trio of three brothers, one of them has to die. Sorry, we gotta get rid of one of them. So Monroe, after his book, one of the other brothers has to die, because he's the one. We got the two other brothers book.
Yeah. So you think Monroe has to die? I mean, I want to see Nix in love, because she's gonna be like, I don't know what's going on. I can't see the future. Like, that's gonna be the whole book, is her yelling about how she doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
I feel like you could just collect a book of like people being angry at Nix for being completely not helpful and setting them up in horrible situations.
I still love the moment in which she's driving the car backwards, and then we get the sale. No miles. So it was only driven backwards. And they're all like, what are you doing? I don't know. And she's just like, it's fine.
Oh, yeah.
Nuts. She's the best.
I feel like these two books like gave us more overarching story than the other books, which I kind of wish we've been building more in the other books.
Yeah.
We got more tidbits, but I'm fine. I love anything that Kresley does. So I was like, all the details. It's like, okay, we're finally meeting Orion. We're finally getting to understand all the alliances and how everyone fits together. So I'm like, I now I'm just curious. I really want to know how this ends. I really want to know.
We can talk about that after we talk about Wicked Abyss, what our theories are, I guess, for a full ending. Because you're not going to like what my theory is. Yes, her bad is also my favorite side character. Maybe Nyx just sacrifices herself.
I feel like after Lothaire's book, like he mentioned her, like there's a mate for her out there, some type of thing. I highly suspect it's Orion.
I agree. It makes sense.
That's why I think it has to be Orion, because they're the only two that are equally matched.
I agree.
In terms of like power.
All right. On to, well, what did you rate this?
5.
5. Okay, I give this 6 out of 5, which is my like. No, so I have a 6-star rating, which is like favorites of the year, favorites I've read. So this is one of my like all-time favorites, basically. So I give it a 6, which then like at the end of the year it pulls it from my spreadsheet. Basically, it's like a favorite. So I'm quickly able to see what I super duper love. Yeah.
Okay.
So like that's how I highlight like a all-time favorite. This is an all-time favorite.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I love the two of them together. I could reread this book like a lot, I feel like, and not tire of it, because it's just very funny. It's very steamy in the right ways. And I feel like we're getting enough plot in it that I'm loving it. Like when Monroe comes out, I will probably reread the last McGreeve brother book. So that would be McGreeve, I think.
That'd be McGreeve, yeah.
And then I think I would reread Sweet Ruin and Wicked Abyss and then read Monroe.
That makes sense. Because I don't think there's nothing important enough in the other books that you would need to know before going into Monroe.
I mean, and I feel like you remember stuff anyways.
Yeah, even the brothers, it depends on how much of a reference she makes.
Yeah. Well, I think it would make sense to read his because it talks about what happened and how he vanished. So, but Wicked Abyss with Cian, Abyssian, or Cian, and Lila was another Beauty and the Beast retelling. So we all know I loved it.
Was it? I got shades of like Cinderella too. I was like, it felt like Krusty was throwing every goddamn like fairy tale. There's a Rapunzel, Sleeping Beauty.
Because she says the thing that every girl says at the end of Beauty and the Beast, and that is that we wish he didn't transform back into this weird ass looking prince. It is a Beauty and the Beast. And she's giving us monster girls what we wanted. All the monster boys and girls got what they wanted in the end. Which is a beastly love interest.
Yep. I love this one. It's one of my favorites, along with Sweet Ruin. I loved it.
I loved the premise of this, where like they're basically, it was just like she was like, I like fairy tales. I'm just gonna throw them all in here. Let's go.
After reading it, I was like, okay, first I was like, this is Beauty and the Beast. Okay, I know how this is gonna play out, and then like. I think the dragon Uther made a comment like, if you don't return by noon, I was like, is this Cinderella? And then the spindle, I was like, is that Sleeping Beauty?
Yeah, I think she was just like, let's reference it all because you're trapped in a castle in hell. Oh, it's also kind of Hades and Persephone.
That's true.
She was like, that is. But I do think that, so in my opinion, I think Hades and Persephone is the original Beauty and the Beast story. Like, I feel like if you think about Beauty and the Beast, you think about Hades and Persephone, those two, like, it's a branch off of that story. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Because Hades is supposed to be, like, kind of monstrous and evil, though maybe not ugly, who knows? I don't know the full, like, I don't remember anymore. I don't remember my Greek myth class shit.
Well, but, like you know. Too, they referenced the previous mate. The older version that was the basis for the Hades and Persephone, the like myth in their Fae world.
Yeah, exactly, and that's why I was like, "Holy shit, this is also that." But again, those two I feel like live in a bubble together.
Yeah,
you can't have one without the other.
Oh, hi, Laura.
Hey, Laura. You got this.
That's okay.
You can still talk in the Discord as you finish them. Yeah, there's a lot to unpack in this book. I actually just like pulled it up on Goodreads again to refresh my brain.
It's a lot. A lot happens in this book.
It is. It's a lot.
But this heroine with her Fitfo mantra and the way she goes like, oh yes, I came from the land of the Magic Kingdom, and the hero was like,
oh my god. Okay, so first of all, so she gets banished. Like she's an elf and gets banished from their world. And they're like, she's in the Magic Kingdom? And they all think it's an actual kingdom. And I love Disney. So I fucking lost my shit laughing the first time I read this. And they talk about like Tinkerbell and just random shit. And they're all like, yes, this world, the Magic Kingdom.
The Magic Kingdom.
They're like, what do you mean people pay to go there? Like, they're so just thrown off.
I like, too, how she, like, just casually says, like, oh, yeah, I went to college and got, like, 4 degrees, and I'm going to go back and go do some more, just for the hell of it.
Mm-hmm.
I like how she kind of realizes too how Set is kind of a dick. She actually
Yeah.
says like, actually he does all this, like, is he just really a dick?
I mean, he is, and he's like, I'm gonna watch soap operas to learn about women. it's, it's fucking these. I love these heroes because they're a mess. Like they're an
They
absolute
are.
mess, and I love it because they're just like, I'm gonna like watch these soap operas, and I can just see like any of the heroes in this series being like, yeah, that's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Let's kidnap the heroine and trap her in a place where she cannot get out. That's a good idea. I think one of my brothers did that. We're gonna do that.
Yeah, it makes sense. I'm gonna consult my dragon Uther about this.
What did you think about the Nyx and Seth meetup scene in the beginning where they explain the plan to the heroine?
I loved it. And I'm telling you, I said it in the Discord and I stand by this. That is Cressley telling us that she is Nyx. Nyx is a self-insert of the author.
Oh.
Because it opens and she's like
telling
telling the story. And it closes with her telling the story. Mm-hmm. Also the fairy tale thing. So it makes sense that we're getting a story being told to us like we're children gathered around to hear about this fairy tale of poor Lila and Abyssia.
I love how Lila was like, Nyx is like, of course we're gonna have to make it seem real. So like you never know when these two people are gonna come and try to abduct you. Mm-hmm. And so she's like, oh, Lila's like, okay, I have time. And then she's like, that bitch. It was like 2 hours later.
I know. Oh, I can't tell you anything. Oh shit, it happened.
But then we get Sabine and Ianthe.
Our favorite sorceresses show up. It was so nice to see them again. Loved it. And Rune shows up and Joe to be like, what the fuck are you doing, you dumbass?
Even the dragon Uther was just like, what the, I told you this. When he locked her after they became mates and all of that, he's like, I told you this is not going to go well. So I was like, so Lila goes like, you know what, you asshole? I'm going to block you from entering your own kingdom. Go back to the Fae realm. Take my crown there and rule over 2 kingdoms.
If somebody watching hasn't read this one yet, I feel like we gotta give a little plot here. Lila is set on a mission to infiltrate the Hell realm where Abyssian rules. And he's been betrayed previously by another elf that he thought he was in love with. And she's like part elf. Mm-hmm. And like she thinks she has to do this to marry the elf king. But like actually he's a piece of shit. And he's like basically sending her in here to die. / like whatever, he doesn't care and he's gonna marry somebody else. So eventually Abyssian figures this out and like she's changed her mind kind of on what she's doing. I feel like she's like hesitant on the act. And then Abyssian turns into a dickwad and tries to lock her up and then leave to go to the Elven realm to like start a war. And she's like, no, fuck you, and like takes power. Like she walks through the hellfire to get power and locks him out of this realm. And he's like, what? I can't get back.
I like how he's with Rune too, and they're like trying to like phase through the barrier and they keep on getting bounced. And then Uther was just like, oh, she wanted me to give you this letter. Here you go.
Yeah. Here you go. It's just like, God damn it, I fucked up. And we're all like, yeah, you fucked up real bad, bud. Real bad.
I was like, oh my goodness. The humor in this book was on point, and the chemistry, the way that Lila was just like, why are you setting me up to fail, you dick?
Oh, I loved their chemistry. I loved all of it. He's so grumpy. Like he is just one of the grumpiest heroes we've had in like they're all kind of grumpy, but I just feel like he's even grumpier somehow. And just like he's not over his betrayal.
Oh no,
in any capacity,
not in one slightest.
And I just feel like he's like, oh, these are feelings, emotions. Ew, I have to feel emotions.
Oh no, like oh my, I just love Lila. She was so much fun to read.
Yes, agreed. And I liked her she's finding herself. That's always fun, I feel like, when a character is like really finding themselves to get to, wherever they're going to be. I love this one so much.
Yeah, I love her motivations too, like how she wanted to have like her reasons why she decided to go along with the plan, because she wanted to have power so she can stay safe and have a family, and all this stuff was kind of taken from her when she was young. Because Seth was a dick to like kick her out like that, and to like,
100%. He was
you
terrible.
can come back once you do something, a great personal sacrifice. And then there's this dude Rune out there killing people like her. I was just like, oh man, poor Lila. But in the end, when she kills Set, oh my, that scene, I was just like,
it was perfect. It was like when
she doesn't need a couple. She doesn't need to be a couple. She could just be single and happy, and like the hero could be her fuckboy on the side.
It makes me think of when what's her face murdered her dad. Like she goes and kills her dad.
Emma
in the first, it's the first book. Yeah, she kills her dad, but like you're just like, she's just like, yeah, whatever, I'm gonna take care of him, he's a problem. And just off he goes. She just takes an axe to his head. Or sword, something of the sort. And I just was like, damn, we're just doing it again. She said, no, fuck you. You're being an ass and I'm going to take care of it. I just, it's so good. It's such a good one. I love this book. And then at the end, when like he turns human and she's like, I like your demon form.
He's like, what?
Like, okay. He doesn't understand it, but he's like, that's fine. I'll stay in that form.
No problem.
It's just nice. I don't know. The best mix of all the fairy tales.
That's why this one felt like a mashup, but I loved everything in it. Like it all fit. I wasn't going like, okay, now she's doing like XYZ fairy tales. It fit the story so well.
It did. Well, it makes sense. Like we needed that like setup for why she would be in hell with Cien, because we'd never met her previously. And I loved his friendship with Rune. I loved his friendship with Rune. I thought that was just so cute. And Joe, like they were just, it was so cute when they showed up to yell at him for being dumb.
And then Lila's like, what the hell is Rune doing here? Doesn't he kill people like me? Oh hell.
Yeah, and she's just like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. I mean, I feel like having Rune show up is probably kind of terrifying if he's known to murder your type. I agree. Like, I feel like I'd be like, oh fuck, this is not a good thing. Gotta get out of here ASAP.
And the fact that she's trapped in hell is not a good look. Not a good place to be in. Not a good place.
Not. It's really not. I love this book. I love this series. It's such a comfort for me now. How I got here, who knows? But we're here.
The books are just, I love how different each of them are. Like there's trademark Cressley things that she does, but I never get the characters mixed up once you tell me a little bit about their storyline. I'm like, okay, that's gonna happen in this book, and then this happened. All of them are so unique that even when they pop up on page, I'm like, oh yeah, I recognize them. I know what book they came from. That's where I knew where I messed up when I was reading Wicked Abyss. I was like, Rune and Joe, like, aren't they in Sweet Ruin? I was like, oh, damn it. I was like, I read this out of order.
This one as a standalone, and honestly, I don't think it ruins anything knowing they're together, because like that's not like you don't know they're gonna end up together. It's a romance.
I just feel like then when reading Sweet Ruin, like I knew so much of how it played out.
Yeah.
I could infer, so I was like, oh damn.
Yeah, that's true.
I feel like you learn more if you read the other way backwards, because then you see the bigger picture.
Yeah, I would say read Sweet Ruin and then this one if you like wanted to start the series and see if you liked it. But yeah, I know she has her trademark things, but I don't know. I mean, I haven't read all of Side Changeling. I know you have read all of the first set of it, so I don't know how different all those characters are really, or if because of the abilities that they kind of mash together some. Some of them probably more do, because I feel like it's a smaller set of abilities.
Yeah, it's smaller.
Whereas this is spread out over like, you name it, it exists probably in this universe. Paranormal,
probably.
You know?
There's probably a witch/vampire just somewhere out there. There's probably one that's all four. Yeah. Demons are my favorite because I feel like their romances are the most intense because of their seal. The seal is like what makes
Well,
me
because
love
you're like,
the.
I mean, you know it's gonna work out, but you're also like, what if it doesn't work out? What if it doesn't work out?
And the seal.
Yeah, it's great. I love
That's
it.
like the only one that I
The
love.
horns.
I'm like,
I love the horns.
when Cillian pulled that and he said like, "Oh, Lila, now that you've broken my seal, I don't need you anymore." I was like, "This ass."
I know. And they all do it like every time. They're like, "Oh, the seal's broken. I can run off and do whatever." And then they're like, "Wait, no, that's not what I want to do." I love
this. I
I
love this
know.
book.
What did you rate this one?
Oh, easily 5 out of 5.
This
I
was
knew
also
from
a 6 out of 5.
once the beginning part,
Mhm.
the way it was started, I was like, okay, this is gonna be a 5 out of 5. Like I immediately loved the heroine.
Yeah,
I was like, this is gonna be good.
it's so good.
It's so good.
Do you want to do our top 3s and bottom 3 of the series?
Ooh,
/ top
okay.
5 of the series? I don't know if I can pick 3.
I had to remember the titles.
Okay. You want to go pull up a list?
Let me pull up a list so
Okay,
I
I can
know.
do my top 3 if you want first.
Okay.
Or top, it's going to be more than 3. Dark Desires After Dusk, which is Conrad and Noemi. No, wait. I'm sorry. Dark Needs at Night's Edge
Dark
is
Needs at
Conrad
Night's
and
Edge.
Night's Edge. Conrad and Noemi. Kiss of a Demon King, Sabine and Rydstrom.
Okay.
Then Sweet Ruin and Wicked Abyss. And then I think Lothair.
Really?
I think those might be the 5 that I would reread.
Ooh, okay.
But Lothair's like kind of tied with some of the McGreeve books and some other ones too. Like it's a iffy situation.
I would say my top 3 would be first easily Kiss of the Demon King. That's my all-time favorite.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be mad when my numbers.
Dark Sky.
Dark Sky.
You have bad taste. It's fine.
Dark Needs and Night's Edge. The only reason why, because I love that sorceress duo so damn much.
I feel that. Like I agree.
3.
Like that one's close. Like like it's close in that list.
So I bet you I can guess your bottom 3.
All right. What do you think my bottom? I'm nothing but honest, Laura.
I know what it. I know what it. But whatever, Laura.
I'm nothing but honest. We know this. Like we all know. I'm just gonna spit out what's in my brain. There's no filter here.
I feel like I know yours will probably be Demon. I think you didn't like Dreams. I know Dreams of Dark Warriors in your bottom.
Yes, absolutely.
Dark Sky is in your bottom.
Yep.
And it's either Shadow Seduction or what was the caveman one? Demon from the Dark.
Shadow Seduction.
Okay.
Demon from the Dark's fine. Like I know a lot of people like Malcolm. It's just not like I don't know. Mm-hmm. I wanted more out of that book. That one was a 4-star for me. So those are my only 3-star reads in this whole series, though. Of
really,
yeah. Every other book I've given 4 or higher out of 19. Is that right? Oh, you know what else is a close? Untouchable. Untouchable is also in that bottom because this one's weird.
That's the ice one, right?
Yeah, that's the one with the icicle. Fucking.
I think that's the one I like more than you. Then you like the one after that.
Yes.
With the McCree brother. Mm-hmm. I didn't like that one as
Pleasures
much.
of Dark Prince, yeah. Mm-hmm. With Lucia, yeah, I liked that one more than I liked Untouchable. I forget Untouchable exists. Let me put it that way.
What do you think my bottom 3 are?
Okay, I think Dreams of a Dark Warrior is probably on there.
Oh, yeah, obvious.
Declan and Reagan. I feel like that's a given. Like that's most people's bottom 3. Mm-hmm. What else? This is hard because you like basically were like all of these are 4 stars and up.
I like them all.
I do like them all. That's the hard part too.
Oh, I have one that's easy. I don't know if you can remember which one I didn't like them. After Dreams of
Lothair. I think Lothair's in your bottom 3. I think if you reread the series in a few years, you'll love Lothair like I did though.
Yeah, I think when we talked about it with Tamika, I was like, this dick.
Yeah. But when I read, like, I had the same feeling the first time, and then on my reread, I was like, I love him. So maybe when you reread it eventually, you'll be like, God, I like Lothair, actually. I think because you know he's going to be an asshole, when you read it the second time, you're like, okay,
You
this is
can
who
get
he is.
along with it.
Like, you can kind of, like, ride with it. It's not Shadow's Claim, because I feel like you enjoyed that. I feel like you liked Trahan's book.
Yeah, I like that one.
McReeve?
No,
William? The one where we get the preview for Monroe?
Oh yeah, that could be in the bottom. That could be in the bottom. I would say that or No Rest for the Wicked.
No Rest for the Wicked. Okay, I can see that.
But I like I only have like two that I absolutely do not like.
Mm-hmm.
The third one is like you can slot depending on my mood.
I think that's the hard part, and I agree. Like, that's the thing, is mine could switch out depending on my mood with Untouchable too. Yeah, exactly. That's what I liked about him the second time. Lothair's so hyped. It's really hard your first read through to like him, because I think that, like, when you're coming into it, Lothair's the book, like, you've been hearing about and has been talked about a bunch, like, outside of, like, people who read the series. Like, it's the book a lot of people pick up and don't read
the rest of the
any
series.
others. You know, she had a bus for Lothair, y'all. Like, it's wild. But yeah, I get Lothair not being for everyone. Like I said, I didn't find it good the first time. Like, I thought it was I think I gave it 3 stars the first time. Like,
yeah,
3.
I think it was similar. I gave it either 2.5 or 3. I think it was a 3.
You probably gave it a 3 because it's Cressley, and you've been like, I can't give Cressley anything less.
Yeah, even now I'm like, do I go back and say a 3.5 so I can rate it a 4?
We're just Cressley stands over here. We cannot help ourselves.
I'm just trying to find a way to like bump it up. Just like give it that half point.
It's fine. You'll reread it all, and like, the thing is too, like, now if I reread it again in a few years, I feel like I'm gonna blow through it all in like 2 weeks. Because you can, though. Like, you literally could just, like, listen to the audiobooks like 2 a day almost, and blow through them all and be like, holy shit, I'm done. I read 17 books. And you could skip a couple, like, that you don't like and get through them really fast. But
I will always skip Torture Island. That book does not exist.
Exactly.
It does not exist. I'm sorry.
I agree. It's not one I'm rereading again. I'm good.
Yeah, I'm fine.
That's how my bottom 3 works. It's basically the ones I think I would skip on a reread. But we have all the context now. I'm so excited we took this journey.
What was your theory that you said I wouldn't like, that most people wouldn't like, about how it ends?
So no, my theory that everyone's not going to like is that I don't think we're getting Monroe ever.
Oh, you think it's going to be pulled?
I think we're done. I think it's just going to die on the vine. We have not heard anything from Cressley since last summer, when they announced it was coming summer 2020. Before that, it had been silenced for 2 years. There was some speculation about health issues, a possible broken leg. Gina Showalter said she respects Cressley's privacy and won't say anything in an interview when she was asked, which I totally get this. I think that's the correct thing to do. I said it in my vlog too. Like, I just don't know that we are going to see another book in this series, unfortunately. But I'm okay with it because I do think Wicked Abyss ends in a way that I can live with.
I can see that.
Obviously, this isn't like I want Monroe. This is not me saying like I don't want Monroe too. Like, I do hope she publishes Monroe. I would like to see, even if Monroe was the end, I think I could live with that. But I will, whatever comes out / continues to come out, I'm going to treat as I read them basically as the final book. Because they're starting to get so far in between that I'm worried.
I get that.
Like, it's concerning. I don't mean, like, and I don't like to be a pessimist, but it's weird. I've done research trying to find out if there's been any word for, if any, you're really trying to type. Okay. Just gonna walk right on the keyboard. But yeah, we haven't had any word in so long that my theory is just that, like, we're maybe done. And I hate it. I hate it. I hate being that person that's like,
Yeah. I feel like Netflix is gonna pick this up.
Oh my God, are you kidding me? I would die. I would die if we had an adaptation of this.
Like sex, like with the big like last Sex Life on Netflix.
Yeah.
I can easily see them doing a pair. I know they're good. They may have like not announced it, but I know they're going to choose like a paranormal romance series. They have to, because like that's the one thing they haven't done, and I'm hoping it's Cressley.
I could see Cressley. I could see Psy Changeling picked up
hell no.
too.
Oh hell no! No.
And I could see, I've dug and dug continuously. I'll randomly every couple months. Oh, the cat hit the button. Have looked into it. But yeah, I could see Gina Showalter's maybe even picked up. I've not really read much of hers, but
I could see Gina actually finishing the series for Cressley.
I could see that.
Like how they did with what was that fantasy series? That Wheel of Time. How like Brandon Sanderson finished the last
Yeah, I mean, if Cressley has it laid out, I could see that happening for sure. I do think it's fun too now. So you've read like Sarah McLean and some other authors who are like love Cressley as well, and I feel like you can see like some of the hints of their love for Cressley in their books with like some of the over the top character behaviors. Like reading Sarah, sometimes I'm like, oh, look at Sarah McLean writing these like kind of wildly over the top characters in the Bare Knuckle Bastards. And they felt very
like Cressley
inspired to me heroes in the best way. The nicknames, like it just it worked. So I do like that part of it. I mean, I want it. I want the next book, but I feel like I have to be a pessimist about it.
I get that. I look at it as it gives me time to read the other like 20 book plus paranormal series that are out there, right?
True. That is true. There are so many. There are so many. There are
not
too
to
many.
Like throw hate on Cressley, but the way she wrote the series, it can be drawn out for a very long time.
And that's the other thing too that I worry about.
World building in each of the books, so she could do 10 books. She can do 5 books. It's not like a clear like, okay, you only have like 2 books left.
But I think in a weird way that helps because like then whenever it ends in a way. And I can just have my own fan fiction in my head about what the assumption is, right? And you can have your murder and death, and I will have my everyone lives happily ever after in New Orleans.
She has to. Like, I will be so angry if because it's described as the Hunger Games almost of the paranormal world. It would make 0 sense if none of our main characters,
all of these side characters that we've met are just gonna die like on the page, and that's it.
Like the first 2 chapters. Oh wait, what happened to all the side characters?
But like, what happens if you live and your fated mate dies? Like, that's so depressing.
They can become ghosts. It's fine.
But then they just come back like Noemi did.
Yeah, but at least they would have died.
Okay.
I'm just looking for the death part. We're in paranormal. They can
Okay, so Mary Keta will bring them all back to life as phantoms.
Except Regan and Connor. Those are the ones they can't come back. Maybe Thronos for you can't come back. If Thronos dies, you'd be like, okay, finally. Ianthe can find someone better.
Oh yeah, 100%. She doesn't need the weird sex cult sheet sex man.
Like the demons that are not call themselves not demons.
When I first read that book and he pulls out they have to do the ceremonial sheet. I said, what? And I was like, Cressley, you got to stop reading the Mormon books and the Amish books. This is some weird stuff.
It is. Yeah.
Oh my
God.
I
just liked Sabine and Ianthe. So I was like, I can't forgive everything.
I hope Sabine dies for you.
Oh, Mari, that's the witch.
Yeah, Mary Keta. Yeah, she has to collect money to bring everyone back. It's fine. The witches will make bank. They're great. I love them.
Yeah. That's one thing, we haven't gotten a male witch.
No, we haven't. We haven't had a
wizard yet. So I'm like, there's so many characters that she hasn't done yet. I was like, I don't know. There's an end in sight. There really could not be. The extension can never actually happen.
No, it can't. I'm just trying to stop the cat from walking on the damn keyboard. She's not having it.
So,
yep.
Should we tease our news?
Yeah, we should. I think we should. And then we can ask our question about what people want.
Mm-hmm.
So
we already kind of dropped a hint.
Yeah, we did. I did drop a hint. Yes, I did.
There was a hint dropped. Mm-hmm. I feel like I wonder if someone in the chat can guess it.
Does anyone have any guesses as to what our news is? Let's see that first. Sarah was a hint. I feel like that's a big hint.
This is a dead giveaway.
It's a fucking giveaway. But it's fine.
No one.
We'll see. Give it a second.
We'll see.
No, you can't chew on cables. Jesus Christ.
But
Life of cat.
We did it. We made it through. I don't know if I can do another huge series.
No, we'll talk about that in a minute. What is
Any guesses? Tracy, no idea, really?
No, we're not switching to historical. Sarah McLean, yes. All right. Go ahead, Charles. It's gonna be on your channel, so
me and Izzy are going to be having
There we go.
The fated mates. So Jen and Sarah and me and Izzy will have a live on my channel next week, July 17th at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going to talk about all things Immortals After Dark. So if you have any questions or anything that you want us to talk about, let us know. Or you can do it in the Discord too.
You can drop it in the Discord. You can drop it here. Hold on.
Yeah.
Whoop, I typed that wrong.
But yes.
Just can't spell.
We had to find a way to end Immortals After Dark on it with a bang.
So that is happening. There we go. So yeah, I'm really, really excited. I'm so hyped. Sarah's one of my favorite authors. I adore Jen. I actually have friends who are friends with Jen, so it's going to be fun to actually have her on. But yeah, if you guys have specific questions you want to ask them about the series and all that, let us know. Charles and I are going to do some planning here and finalize what we're going to do with them. So if you have any ideas, you drop them in the chatter in the Discord. And then the other thing is we're taking a break. First of all, we are taking a break. We're not diving right into something else. But if you have a series you think we should do next, let us know. And we're definitely open to continuing the Discord group and doing another series and doing a series of lives again. Maybe not something with 18 books. Please and thank you.
Mention the Black Dagger Brotherhood a lot in the Discord. That'll make Izzy super happy.
And I'm sorry, but I will just tell you flat out, we're not reading the Black Dagger Brotherhood. Because the literal, here's the thing. If y'all make me read those books, all you are going to get from me is me making Matrix references the whole fucking time. Because they're in those long leather coats, and I'm like, no.
Laura, we would not do Side Changeling. That already happened.
And we're not doing Guild Hunters.
No. Guild Hunters, they're already doing one right now.
Yeah, there's already one happening. I'm going to do Side Changeling on my own, probably, some read-through vlogs at some point, but not Side Changeling. I did think about, I know next year we're going to probably do the Hidden Legacy series. Like a reread. Nice. It's just not for me. Ice Planet or Black Dagger Brotherhood is not for me. Ice Planet Barbarians. Oh my God, no. I mean, I would do it again. I've been on a podcast for it. I have talked about these books immensely. I feel like
it wouldn't be a really fun, because from what I heard, the books repeat. They get pretty repetitive at a certain point, right? I only read the Dragon series by her.
You haven't read the Charles? No. Oh, you need to.
I have the first book, and I just haven't got into it.
I would be open to rereading Ice Planet. It's a lot of books, but they're short.
Mhm.
Ice Planet's great. They do get a little bit repetitive towards the very, very end. But what I do is I would read like 3 of them, take a break, read 3, take a break.
Okay, so break it
So
up.
don't like marathon all however many.
Mm-hmm.
Break them up and use them as like palate cleansers between other books. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I can do that.
I mean, the beginning ones are definitely like the first one's the roughest. There's a lot in there that's like, whoa. But then you'll get to my favorite book in which he gifts her with a wood carving that is just delightful.
Okay.
He stares at something and carves it out of wood. It's fine. And gifts it to his love.
Okay. Whatever you say.
That's the one I was on the Ice Planet podcast for.
Which
is really fun to listen to while you listen to him as well. Yes, Tracy. Exactly. They're like a palate cleanser. They're so quick. They're somewhat, I mean, they're as predictable as any exactly. I'm like, carve something out of wood and gifts it to her. But yeah, I don't know. We're like struggling to figure out what series we want to do next, really. But we would like to continue. We're also down to like maybe do some smaller stuff or one-offs, give those a try. But yeah,
it was fun doing Immortals After Dark because the books are so good. I don't want us to go to like another big series and then we just like we hate doing these lives. We're just gonna rag on these books.
Exactly. Well, and that's why like we're definitely taking at the very least like August off. So there's that too. But yeah, we've got I will post in the Discord asking for suggestions of what y'all want to do, and then we can go from there. Or maybe we'll read some one-offs here and there. But I definitely don't want to like Carpathian. So those
that's like 25 books.
If we did those, we could start on book 30 or 26 or something. We don't have to start with the first book.
Oh, really? Okay.
I read Dark Song, which is like book 30. So it's probably not book 30 that we start with. I think it's Dark Carousel. Hold on.
Okay. But still, that's a lot. That's
Dark
a big series.
Carousel is book 26.
If you guys know like romance trilogies or like quartets, something that's like tame, like that's not. If you can give me some MM or FF paranormal, we can do TJ Klune.
We could do Wolf Song.
His narrator follows me on Instagram.
Ooh.
Kurt Graves. I've been itching for a reason to DM to get him on my channel. So that
I would be down to do the Green Creek series.
That'd be a good one. We have plenty of options.
Yeah. So, but yeah, if you have ideas, send them. Still, there's only 31 books if we did the Carpathians. We'd start on book 26.
Okay.
We would not read books 1 through whatever. We would do 26 through 31.
Okay.
If we did that, I feel like
that's doable.
So maybe that'll be one of them. Who knows? But yeah, that's the big news. We'll share it in the Discord here. I hope everyone enjoyed the read along. I had such a blast. I'm so glad everybody joined us. It was just such a good time.
It's amazing, and it's such a long time. It's a big commitment to read this. It was.
That's why I'm like just thrilled that as many people joined us as they did. Because we asked a lot to say, hey, you're gonna stick out with us for 7 months of reading, 6 months of reading this,
and 3 books a month.
Yeah. That's the other thing. I would like to find we could read 1 book a month for a little bit. Dark Hunter up to Acheron. We could do that. I do want to read Acheron. I've not read. It's like 12 books or 14.
Yeah, there's a ton of paranormal romance series out there.
Yeah, we'll probably curate a list of what we're most interested in and then let everybody vote on a poll. If that works.
Yeah. That's fair. And then we can do a final, here's the main suggestions. Bobaton. We'll let you
figure it
know in
out.
the Discord. We'll
But
figure it out in the Discord.
yeah. All right. So thank y'all for joining us. Thank you for hanging out with us for 7 months. Okay, I'm sorry. I will get off the live. All right. Goodbye, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend. They are shooting fireworks off at my house yet again.
Oh, wow.
Welcome to the South. It doesn't end. Bye, y'all.
Bye, everyone.